For the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight, there are so many more media outlets, both in television, radio, the internet, all over.
We have CNN, BBC, Sky Sports, Fox Sports. We have everybody in there, so you can only imagine.
From the Philippines, we have 3 major networks, and for each network, we probably tripled in our personnel coming here.
You have everyone from Jimmy Kimmel, Entertainment Tonight, Access Hollywood. Like, who the hell gets that type of coverage in mainstream media? Like, honestly, who does that? Only they can do that.
It's the most highly anticipated fight of my lifetime.
It's something that I have not really seen in the sport of boxing over 35 years.
Well, this is a big media event, a lot of press here. This is the biggest fight of all time, I think. It's like this every day. It's big, but it's getting bigger and bigger every time.
Even though boxing's a niche sport now, while most boxers are not covered by the mainstream media, Pacquiao and Mayweather are, even when they fight other people. So certainly fighting each other has created a firestorm of media interest.
It's a little self-serving for people in the media to keep saying it's the biggest, you know, and that requires a bigger headline and it requires your attention if you're not a boxing fan.
I've never had more friends, family, people that don't know me reaching out, for tickets and just talking about boxing. I think it's all around great for the sport.
The magnitude of the fight is great because it's kind of like one of those affairs that brings every sports fan together, because people are going to watch this fight that don't even watch boxing. And some of them do it because it's the thing to do, others do it because there's so much media around it that has obviously created so much bubble and interest. And in my sport, in MMA and in the UFC, I mean, it's highly talked about too. We're all looking forward to the fight. It brings everybody together, which I love.
Just the excitement and just how it's really just captured the imagination of the whole world. It's palpable. It's really felt.
It's the only fight that I've ever crossed the Atlantic 3 times for. I flew from London to Los Angeles for the official launch. The fascination with it there is perhaps even greater than here. People are devouring every scrap of information that can come out about it. You can't actually feed them enough stories about it at the moment. It's driving me crazy. I'm writing War and Peace. Well, not yet the peace, we're doing the war first.
This fight has the same kind of big feel to it that the fights in the 80s had. I was privileged to do a number of the fights in the 1980s. I got to announce the Hagler-Hearns fight. And it's fascinating to juxtapose the two fights against each other, because this does have that same kind of big fight feel.
This is the busiest fight yet. The De La Hoya fight was kind of crazy, but this fight is going to top that.
I've been to a lot of events. I've covered a lot of fights all over the world, and nothing ever like this. I mean, I would say this is our Super Bowl without a doubt.
I thought the Canelo-Mayweather promotion was a crazy one. That one was huge, That one got close to breaking the 2.5 million buy mark for the De La Hoya Mayweather, but this one completely surpasses it, just the amount of people around.
I won't really know how to compare it until it gets closer to fight night, just because I did go over for Frotch Groves too, and there were like 80,000 people in attendance, so it was crazy. But here in America, I mean, even just worldwide, this is a fight that everyone's been waiting for, so I don't think anything's ever going to compare to this. Even if there's more people in attendance in one fight than there is here, because worldwide there's more people tuning in to watch this fight.
The challenges are really the preparation involved. So this is a big fight, and there's a lot more work to be done, and just covering the events that are leading up to the fight.
Well, the media's they got a job to do. We try to do the best we can for them, but as you can see, we got too many people for the room that we have allotted, and it's a little bit hectic. But you know what? We can handle it. Hopefully, the media can handle it.
One of the challenges that I'm facing as far as being part of the media is really sort of walking this fine line of not really siding with one person more than the other, just simply because the media we do get ridiculed. It's like we're damned if we do and we're damned if we don't. If we do make a prediction and we're wrong, oh, you don't know anything about boxing, and vice versa. So I feel like it's sort of hard to be able to do that. Also because behind the scenes, you get a lot of slack and you get blacklisted and stuff for saying too much.
I know a lot of people applied for the fight. A lot of people were denied for the fight. Stuff that normally we would have access to, we don't. Having to compete with people that really came out of the woodwork for this fight that have never covered a fight before here. So, you know, it's a little pressure on us and the channels that normally cover boxing all the time to get the things that normally we would get pretty easy. Now we got to compete with time.
I just can't wait for Saturday. I'm already tired of all this. All the hustle and bustle, trying to get, you know, interviews and stuff is just so difficult because of the security. You know, I've been actually speaking to a lot of the employees in the MGM, and they said that when Obama was here, the security wasn't as high as it is now. I mean, I've went through numerous checkpoints where they're checking for bombs. Like, is Floyd Malcolm X? They're gonna shoot him? What's going on?
This is such a ginormous fight, and we're talking about something that we may not witness for another 10, 15 years, if that.
This is something we're probably not going to see again until we're like old men, like 65, 70 years old, you know? We're going to be those old guys that are all bitter in our rocking chairs and be like, oh yes, I remember that one time we were there for Mayweather versus Pacquiao.
It's hard when a fight of this magnitude, like, if it can ever live up to the hype. You know, I hope that it's a good fight. I hope that it's a fair fight. And if it doesn't end by knockout either way, I hope it's a clear decision so there's no controversy. And if Manny wins, it's the only chance maybe we'll see a rematch. So we'll see. I think if Floyd wins, it's one and done. So if anyone wants to see a rematch, then you should probably cheer for Manny.
Well, you got two of the greatest warriors in boxing out there doing their thing, and I'm all about may the best man win because I respect each of them so much. I'm a huge fan of both, and I'm looking for a great fight.
It's the one time when Filipinos forget about all of their problems and just enjoy, you know, the fight and remember give reasons for them to be proud.
Every day brings more anticipation. I'm excited. I'm really excited every day. Today I woke up at 4 in the morning and just like ready to go. I was like, whoa, I don't need any sleep anymore. So, I mean, the closer it gets to the fight, the more excited I become, and the adrenaline starts pumping, and I can't wait for May 2nd.